So as many of you guys know, I am a brand new One Piece viewer. I'm starting from episode 0 to like episode 5,000 or whatever they're on, right? And as I'm approaching episode 100 at this current moment in time, I still feel like Arlong Park was definitely the best arc in One Piece thus far. So I'm pretty much gonna see what this guy thinks of it as well. Maybe I'm overrating the arc, maybe I'm not. Let's find out.
One of the things that I've always heard was that I should read at least the first 100 chapters. And if I still didn't like it, then I could drop the series. And well, here we are, nearly 100 chapters in. This arc is the accumulation of like the past 70 chapters. And
yeah, I agree. This is 100% why I continued watching One Piece for One Piece fans. And be honest with y'all, man. If it'd take me 50 episodes and the most compelling villain at that moment in time was Buggy the Clown, I'm not gonna lie, I'd have been gone. I'd have been a person that only watches it specifically because chat voted for it, not because I also want to watch the show. Anything that I put in my streams at TSO_Sage on Twitch, I put in the polls because there's synonymously things that I like to do and things that my viewers want to see me do and or react to. But there'd have been no shot I would have continued pushing One Piece. I would have called it trash and DQ'd it. I would have had my Why I Hate One Piece video, got my little cheap pop or whatever, and then moved the fuck on. But ultimately, Arlong Park really saved the series for me in the sense of just an enjoyment factor, to be honest. The character building and the world building up to that point, you could even argue is perfectly fine, but I just wasn't interested in the antagonist. Don Krieg just didn't care. Buggy didn't care. I know Buggy's one of the fan favorites, so maybe he does shit later on, but at the earlier moments in the series, I didn't care about any of the antagonists. So, shout out to Arlong, man, because I really wouldn't be watching the show if that arc wasn't that damn good.
I got some opinions about it, but there's a lot of lighthearted moments in here too, so I want to talk about those as well. We get like a glimpse of Nami and her foster family with Belle Marie.
Bruh, she's so cool,
not really
bro.
the best mother, but she's trying, and Nami starts taking the good and mostly the bad influences from her. There is Mumu, a sea creature from the Grand Line, I think.
This weak ass cow.
Adorable.
Mystery. All right, bro. I ain't gonna lie, Mystery would have him up actually. SpongeBob solos Luffy, doesn't he? With the little string, is that? You know, y'all not ready for that. Let me stop talking. Let me not say.
And when it tries to attack Luffy and Sanji, they both beat up the sea cow. So later, when they meet Arlong and they summon
the octopus guy was
Momu,
funny too.
We see that it's all beaten up and sad. It's only when I got to this arc and practically finished the entire saga of
what
East
the fuck is that real or fan art?
How crucial Nami's role is, and that's in part because I went blindly into One Piece and just kind of underestimated its structure.
Yeah.
But no, since chapter 9, we've gotten glimpses into the core themes.
Just like when I had to like look through the shit when I pick my episodes, the totally legal website that I have has like the episode list there. Just looking at the left sometimes, I'm like, oh my God, like, this is a long list. Ooh, I feel this pain when it's going through like the wikis or whatever, because I'm not gonna lie, for all you that's been watching and you're already caught up, you wouldn't feel the pain, I guess. But like any person that's getting into One Piece and actually is like just trying to watch the episodes, I ain't gonna lie. It's like I barely am a 1/10 of the way through the series. I'm not even on the episodes yet, bro.
Series as a whole, what it means to be a pirate, the effects of piracy on communities, the value and place of wealth.
Yeah, it does have
treasure.
a lot of messages.
All of that comes together as Nami steals the Go and Mary and sails to Arlong Park as the entire crew chases after her.
This was definitely the Kim push arc.
That with all that wealth, she plans to purchase her home village. Arlong Park is a place set up by Arlong and the Fishman pirates as they conquer and pillage the island and raid their valuables, setting them up to be exploited or to face death.
Let Unc go, bro.
I mean, they are ruthless. They will literally flip a town upside down. Not a single building, but every single building upside down. We see why she puts a value in wealth, not just to gain it for herself, but to try to use it to save people she values from a life of torture and paying debt. Something that we've seen wealth being used for so far in the series. Not just for collecting wealth, but also
you didn't have to make an
wealth
example.
in a
My
form
man's
that
like
grants
that,
value, like for rebuilding after the events that occurred in Orangetown. You could ask, is this worth it? Wouldn't it be better if she escaped? And the story tackles that thought process too. Like, while a single individual like Nami might be able to escape, we know that it carries broader implications. Throughout this entire arc, we see similar stuff like this, where Nami has...
I like what this arc does, where he's kind of alluding to it, and I probably shouldn't have paused here, to be honest. L streamer, L reactor. But he's alluding to it rather well. There's a lot of times in this arc where they directly show you that, hey, Nami could do this. The civilians could do that. But it's not smart. A lot of times, and I've noticed this talking about Dragon Ball and Naruto a lot, fans, viewers, readers, whatever, they'll try to like find the hindsight things to make all the characters look stupid. And because it's like the fun thing to do, to put your own human logic into obvious cartoon logic or anime logic. But in this arc, unless I'm mistaken, they pretty much like dot all their I's and cross all their T's. They're talking about like, well, yeah, Nami could escape, but like, she really saying village. I mean, I guess Zoro could come through and like, I guess if she let the crew know why she was making money, it could work. But then the crew wouldn't really listen. They would just go and attack Arlong frame one, and she don't think they could beat them. So it's for many reasons. It's for many reasons. It's just another thing I adore. I'm yapping now.
To act in a very deliberate way, like she's defusing a bomb. She's trying to not get attached to people that she knows she's going to have to betray. She's trying to get away from harm's reach by isolating and separating herself from those she cares about.
She's definitely played a heel well. Nami would be a top WWE women's superstar of all time. Like top 5 easily. Great character worker, cuts insane promos, even has the in-ring ability. Nami is box office in WWE. When she just straight like lied to Usopp, and then Usopp was smart enough to go along with the shit, but I was like, oh my God. I was just sitting there like, yo, she got me. I swear she got me. I was like, yo, she is evil. And then they gave her eyes like that extra circle or something like that. Like she was about to have the Byakugan or some shit. I thought she was about to turn into a mermaid or some shit.
Hurt by lying about how she feels. And she knows that she can't act irrationally because there's just too much at risk. Every scene in this arc feels like a hostage negotiation. Even up till now, outside powers haven't been able to save them because they're just so utterly out of their reach.
Yeah,
no help
good.
Comes their way, and those who do show up are
I
on
hate
Arlong's
this Brandy and Mr.
Like the ones who were
Whiskers
hired
ass
by
character,
Arlong
bro.
to rob Nami's wealth that she worked so hard to collect. And again, she, along with the rest of her town, are mostly helpless to do anything about the situation. Even when Nami confronts Arlong about what he just did, essentially lying and betraying the deal that he made, what is Nami gonna do? Take on the fisherman pirates one by one? Get the random townsfolk to fight? Run away? We all know how those are going to turn out. So she tries to fake it and pretends everything's okay, even when it's not, until she just can't. And it's not until halfway through this
scene is peak.
Finally breaks down and tries to stab the...
Look, bro. One Piece niggas say everything is peak. They think they have peak fillers, peak character, peak main character, peak side character, peak stories, peak world, all that other stuff. That's fine. I think anyone with a brain can say episodes 1 through 1 million are not all the best episodes in anime history. I think we can all agree to that. However, episode 37, if that's the right episode, this episode right here, it cooks. It just cooks. It cooks, man. And that's all I'm saying, bro. I swear. No, it cooks.
Tattoo just off of herself, that we see the utter disparity and hopelessness from her. Just tremendous buildup to her finally asking Luffy to help her after everything that's happened.
Yep.
Luffy gives her the straw hat, both as a way to say, like, I'll protect your treasure, you protect mine, and as a way of showcasing that she, despite everything that she's done, is part of their crew. And then we get probably like the most hyped scene yet.
Yes,
so Zoro,
bro.
Probably one of the strongest swordsmen in East Blue. Sanji, a cook who learned how to kick from the pirate who survived the Grand Line. And Luffy, the rubber man himself, and also Usopp
and Squidward
too, I guess,
yeah,
are all just standing there waiting to go, waiting for like Luffy to give the command, and they just all bust in there, find Arlong, and just start swinging. No more talking. Like, no more stalling. Let's just go in there and beat him up. And you know what? The fight is pretty solid. By the way, I love that Usopp gets a moment in the spotlight. I will say I did underestimate Usopp, but I like that as one of the weaker characters, like the most human character strength-wise alongside Nami. They're still willing to fight, and I love that Usopp gets that moment in the spotlight because I'm not...
Yeah, so I've always said every One Piece video, I'm going to say it again. My one concern with him is are these moments of consistency? Is he going to get stronger, or are there going to be moments where I just don't care about this gimmick character he's fighting, or this character that probably should have killed him but is just that damn stupid that he's fighting, and he ends up taking away from the main fight? In this arc, it was done rather well in my opinion, but there's been some not even arcs, just many scenes with Usopp that, while I adore his character and I'm a Dragon Ball fan, of course I like comedy in my anime, but there's a lot of times where he like just halts the story, and I'm just like, I hope that's not a consistency with him, because I don't want to be mad every time he's on the screen. He's a funny character.
Not gonna lie, I wasn't really sold on him. Anyhow, this ending was particularly strong.
Oh my
as
God.
Luffy just destroys
Burn it
down! Taking
down! Y'all ain't gonna get that reference. What am I doing?
Entire building with it. Not only helping the village, but also freeing up East Blue from all of the potential danger of the Fishman pirates, allowing Nami to be a navigator and map out the entire world at her own will. So she finally decides to join the crew as they head towards, finally,
she had to leave the town
Grand
like that, though.
Line.
Now, I say that, sorry for the alarm noise and the following noise. You should follow me on Twitch like how that guy did earlier, right? But all seriousness aside, that's the only question mark I have about this arc. Petty question mark, but it's mine to make. It's my essay. What are you going to do about it? Why did she leave like that? It was an awkward way to leave the town. I don't know. It was like, oh, so that's how she left? I mean, I guess. And I see what they were going for before you yap on as to why. I understand why. It's just, you know, like I'd rather just taking the easy route, taking the typical route. Just had to be a sad goodbye. It didn't have to be that way, but it was cool. It wasn't bad. I was just confused. Well, speaking of confused, though, I'm confused why you're not subscribed to the channel. I'm confused why you're not in the chat. I'm confused why you're not a member, because I want to say March 11th, all the gaming content, all the non-anime content. We just had a fucking quiz the other day with a girl, but that's not the only thing we did. We did a drinking game. Hell, we played chess. And these things will be on the members only tab, but you're not going to be a member. But if you know you ain't got the bread, that's fine. At least subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you guys like the video. Like the video if you like One Piece. Take care. Stay blessed. I'm going to see you guys next time. And I promise you, this will be the last thing we talk about before we hit episode 100, because ain't that much to talk about. I got to be honest.